topic is, it is time to be authentic. Yes, authenticity matters. You being authentic matters. And I just want to, I have some notes here, so at time you'll see me glance through, because I want to give you all the juicy things that I prepared for you. I put some time into getting you some good information. It's important that we become authentic if you're not. And if you're authentic, kudos to you. Because there was a time that I struggled with that, y'all. I really struggled. I struggled with it because, again, I had an accent. A girl from Jamaica had an accent, and I was here living in America, and I wasn't sure who I was. My self-worth was down because I had made personal mistakes in my life that kept me bound. I didn't really know my value and my self-worth. And so because of that, I would tell half testimony, y'all. I would share half my story. And now I share everything. And here's the thing. There are some things I don't share because this is not the space for it. But most of everything you know about me. Because the important thing is that we show up genuine. We show up authentic. Right? And if you're not healed from your situations, don't share it. Find a sacred space to share your information. Right? Until you can, whether it's with a therapist, a coach, or a trusted friend, that can hold the space for you as you get on your healing journey. So the meaning of authenticity is you being genuine and true rather than pretending to be someone or something that you're not. That's a hard thing to keep up, isn't it? You know, it involves you being aligned with your actions, with your words, with your values. What are your core values? Those are things that will show up and show out. It is critical. That's part of who you are, your true self. And there are three things that I want you to learn. I'm going to mention them shortly. I just want to kind of give you a little bit of background about authenticity, how important it is. When you're authentic, you're not pretending to be perfect. You're pretending to be normal. Because this perfection thing, you can only keep that up but for so long. People want to be able to connect with you. People want to be able to see themselves in you. Because if you pretend like you never make mistakes, you don't have any flaws, people are like, I don't know. Because I'm flawed. I make mistakes. I need to connect with people that are like me, that I can learn from. And when we share about our story, about what we've been through, the hurdles we have overcame and different challenges, we should share that from a place of purpose, right? When I say purpose, why are you sharing that information? You're sharing that information to provide hope. You're sharing that information to provide support. You're sharing that information to let people know, I see you. You're not alone. I've been there and I understand. I can help you. I can be there to support you as a friend. I can be there to support you as a coach. I understand. So don't just share to share just for share's sake. When you go on social media, sometimes I hold my head, I shake my head, y'all, because people are sharing things that's not the place to air your dirty laundry. That's not the place to just vent. It's a place to connect and share with purpose. Right? That's my opinion anyway. So when you're sharing from a healed place. Because I remember when I was working in corporate, I remember it being said earlier, that was so ingrained in my mind, that don't share anything that you wouldn't want to show on the front page of New York Times. And I'm like, wow, that's deep thought. So if you're not ready to face whatever you're going to share, because people are going to ask questions, people may come at you. If you're not ready, if you're not healed, don't share. To be authentic, there's three things that I want you to take away from this conversation. You become aligned with who you are. And being aligned with who you are, you accept yourself. You have self-acceptance. And to be authentic means you're transparent. You share about your mistake, where you've been, the mistakes you've made, not just made, but overcame, and the lessons you have learned, because you're sharing with purpose. You're being transparent with purpose. And you're also being vulnerable. And I mentioned that already. To be vulnerable doesn't mean you tell your whole story to everybody, all the gory details. Nobody want to hear that. But you share the information just enough that will add hope, support, and encouragement to somebody that is hearing it. You're sharing it because you have gone through it, you have learned through it, and now you want them to see that you see them, you understand, you've been there. So what you're sharing, being authentic, should be impactful. Being authentic means you're honest with yourself. You looked at yourself in the mirror. You have accepted your flaws. You know, did you know that carrying around this perfect image gives you stress? Who wants stress? Who wants added stress? You know, if you walk around with this perfection, attitude that I'm perfect, I'm better than, you can lose friends. You can lose connection. It's so important that we are true to ourselves. When you're authentic, you connect with more people. People want to be around you. People want to be in your space. People want to learn from you. People want to sit at your feet and say, tell me more. Share your story with me. Because you're sharing your story from a triumphant place. You're sharing your story from an inspirational space. You're sharing your story from a motivational space. You're sharing your story because you want them to know that I've worn your shoe. It may not be the exact size and fit, but I understand because pain is the same. It may be a different experience, but pain is pain. Hurt is hurt. Loss is loss. When you have a deep feeling of loss and hurt and pain and disappointment, and you have risen above it, you have learned through it, you've gotten over it, it's so important that we share from that space. So being transparent, you're sharing your flaws, the mistakes that you have made, and your vulnerabilities. You're open, and this fosters deep connection. This fosters deeper relationships and more meaningful connections. Authenticity is you being true about yourself, and it will create a life which reflects genuine love of who you are, that you love yourself, that you value yourself, and you're sharing who you are with the people you do life with, whether it's people in your home, in your work, or in the world. Here's the thing that I want you to also to remember, if you remember nothing else. Being authentic means every space that you show up in, you're the same. If you're at church, you're the same. If you're in the alleyway, you're the same. If you're in at an event, you're the same. When I say you're the same, is that you still respect people, you still see people, you still apply compassion with people, you still apply empathy. It's so important that we show up as who we are. Many times you may hear people say, you haven't changed. And I hope when they say that, it's not that you haven't grown, but you have grown, but you're still kind, loving, compassionate. You still align with your values. You still show up. You're still vulnerable. You're still transparent, and they can connect with who you are. Today, I want you to walk in your authenticity. Today, I want you to blossom and bloom in who you are. I am your coach. I am your sister, your tour guide to a resilient you. I want you to be resilient, you all. I want you to bounce back better. I want you to stand on your circumstances, not wallow in it. And if you struggle, that's where I meet you in the gap. Have a great day, and may God bless you. Bye-bye. Thank you for meeting me here. I love you guys, always.